Hi students, we have solved exercise 11.1. So today we will see exercise 11.2. So in this exercise 11.2, we have to form some common rules by using a variables. Okay, so as you know, there are certain common rules in mathematics and that we have already learned by expressed using variables. Also, we have already learned about the perimeter of square and of a rectangle in the chapter on mensuration. Here we go back to them to write them in the form of rule. So let's see first question of exercise 11.2. So look here, first we will read it. The side of an equilateral triangle is shown by L. Express the perimeter of the equilateral triangle using L. Now we know that a triangle is a polygon which is made up of three line segment. So what is meant by polygon? Polygon means a closed figure which is made up of three or more line segments. So from that, triangle is also polygon which is made up of three line segment. Correct. Also in triangle has three sides. Okay, triangle has a three sides. So also we know that triangle has different types. So from that we have to express here perimeter of an equilateral triangle. Okay, now perimeter means what? Perimeter is the sum of length of its side. See student, perimeter of any polygon is the sum of length of its side. And we know that a equilateral triangle has three sides and they are equal in length. Equilateral triangle has how many sides? Three sides, and these three sides are equal in length. So therefore, side of an equilateral triangle here we have to consider L, which is given in this example. The side of an equilateral triangle is shown by L. So side of an equilateral triangle is L. So the perimeter of an equilateral triangle is equal to sum of length of side of the triangle. Sum of length of the side of the triangle. But here we know that equilateral triangle has three sides and they are equal in length. So we write 3 times the length of a side of the triangle. Okay, because L plus L plus L means here L is repeated 3 times. L is repeated 3 times. So we write here 3 times the length of a side of the triangle. So L plus L means 3L. 3 times L also, how to write it? 3 multiplied by L. So 3 multiplied by L we get here 3L. So that is the perimeter of an equilateral triangle. You form the rule for perimeter of an equilateral triangle. See student, here we get the rule for the perimeter of an equilateral triangle by using a variable. Now let's see second example. The side of a regular hexagon. See, look here. Here is a given figure. So in this figure, here this is a figure of hexagon. So in this figure also, the side of an regular hexagon which is denoted by letter L. So we have to express the perimeter of the hexagon by using L. So there is given one hint. A regular hexagon has all its 6 sides equal in length. Now just we have learned about equilateral triangle. So hexagon is also a polygon which is made up of 6 line segment. Hexagon is a polygon which is made up of 6 line segment, and just now we have seen there is given hint what a regular hexagon has all its 6 sides are equal in length. Hexagon means what? Whose all 6 sides are equal in length. Now here we consider the side of a regular hexagon denoted by L. So here we write side of regular hexagon is equal to L. Now we have to express the perimeter of the hexagon. So the perimeter of hexagon is equal to sum of the length of the side of hexagon. So here how many times sum of length of side of the hexagon? Now hexagon has 6 sides and which are all equal in length. So L, here we write L plus L plus L plus L plus L plus L. So here how many times L repeated? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times. So we write here 6 times the length of the side of the hexagon. 6 times means we have to multiply 6 by L. And 6, we add here L 6 times. So we write here 6 multiplied by L. We get here answer 6L. So in this way we get here rule for perimeter of a hexagon. Here we get the perimeter of the hexagon. Now let's solve next example. A cube is a three-dimensional figure. So here shown it is cube, cuboid, sphere, cone, cylinder. These are the three-dimensional figure. So here cube is a three-dimensional figure as shown in figure. It has 6 faces. So look at here. If you observe this cube, it has a 6 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and front here 6. So a cube has a 6 faces and all of them are identical square. If you observe this figure, so that all faces have the square and these are identical, means same. The length of an edge of the cube is given by L. So look at here, edge, this is the edge of the cube. So it is denoted by letter L. Find the formula for the total length of the edge of the cube. We have to find the formula for the length of the edge of a cube. So for that, here consider let length of the one edge of the cube is L. So we will count how many number of edges in a cube. So look here student, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So total number of edges are 12. So here number of edges of a cube is 12. So we write here total length of the edges of a cube is equal to 12 multiplied by L, 12 L. So here we get the rule for or formula for the total length of the edges of a cube is 12 L. Now see next example. The diameter of a circle is a line which joins 2 points on the circle and also passes through the center of the circle. In the adjoining figure, figure 11.12. So look here student, here is shown a figure. AB is a diameter. So in this figure, AB is a diameter of the circle and C is the center of the circle. So we have to express diameter of the circle D in terms of radius. Okay. So look here length of diameter is double the length of the radius. So we know that diameter which is passes through the center of the circle and whose 2 points on the circle. So this diameter, length of diameter is double. So here AC is radius R and CB also radius R. So diameter is double the length of the radius. So here diameter is denoted by letter D and radius is denoted by letter R. So it is double the length of the radius, means twice. So we have to multiply 2 by R. So here we get diameter of the circle D in terms of radius R is equal to D is equal to 2R. Okay, now we will see next example. To find sum of three numbers 14, 27 and 30, we can have two ways. We may first add 14 and 27 to get 41 and then add 13 to get the total sum 54. So look here student, in this example here we may first add 14 and 27 first and then we have to add 13. 14 plus 27 41 and 41 plus 13 54. Okay, that is the one way. Now in another method we may add 27 and 13 to get 40. So again change. So in first case we add first 14 and 27 and in second case we add first 27 and 13. So we get addition 40 and then we add 14. So in both the way we get sum same 54. So this can be done for any three numbers. Means here they choose 14, 27 and 13. Instead of that we can use any three number. So this property here, which property we get here? So look here student, 14 plus 27 in bracket plus 13 is equal to 14 plus 27 plus 13. Means this property is known as associativity of addition of numbers. Which property this is? Associativity of addition of numbers. So we have to express this property which we have already studied in the chapter on whole numbers in a general way by using A, B, C. So here we consider A. A means 14, B means 27 and C means 23. So we write this rule by using the variable A, B, C. So look here, A plus B in bracket plus C is equal to A plus in bracket B plus C. That is the general rule which it is we can use this property. This property is known as associativity of addition of numbers. So we can use this property for any three numbers. In this way we solve all the questions given in exercise 11.2. Thank you.